Warning: the following program contains vivid descriptions of extreme violence, frequent strong language, sexual references, and period-typical racism and misogyny. Viewer discretion advised. What you are about to hear is an account of one of the most bizarre crimes in the annals of American history. In the state of New Mexico, there is a town with no name, a phenomenon possible only because the town lies so far from civilization and is home to so few residents. Quite recently, this town bore witness to an extremely disturbing series of events that have been dubbed the Cuatro Taco Murders. The circumstances surrounding this extended massacre are told for the first time in their entirety today. Now, Cuatro Taco was a cantina located within this little desert town with no name. The most excellent, authentic Mexican street tacos were cooked and served here. The place was owned and operated by Paul Aaron, a gentle giant of a man, standing at an impressive 6 feet 8 inches, known by the townsfolk for his reserved manner. Paul's right-hand man was a swarthy Italian called Luca Giordano. Though other men worked at Cuatro Taco when the slayings began, it was initially only Luca whom Paul took into his confidence. Around 11 one night, Paul found a body in the alley behind Cuatro Taco. It was a disturbing sight that had all the makings of a cartel hit, nothing uncommon in this mostly lawless part of the desert. Since the other grill man, Wong, and the busboy, Donnie, had both retired for the night, it was only Luca whom Paul displayed the corpse to. "Well, the way I see it, we got two choices," Luca said, counting them off on his fingers. "Tell the sheriff and potentially get the joint shut down for a crime scene investigation, or accept that the guys who did this poor fuck in are long gone, never to be caught, and bury the body ourselves." "Agreed," Paul said. He gazed unblinking at the fresh corpse. The pitch-black alley welcomed impregnation by the cantina's warm orange light, coming from the open back door. This light made clear the blood on the body. It also betrayed a gleam in gigantic Paul's beady eyes. Luca noticed. "You okay?" he asked. Paul said. "Yeah." "Want me to do it?" "No, get some sleep. I'll do it." "Sure?" Paul gave his only friend a put-out look. Luca held up his hands defensively. All right. He re-entered the cantina. Paul was awake all night, not because it took long to transport the body into the desert and bury it. He was quite familiar with burying bodies, and the process took hardly any time at all, but because he spent hours musing over what he might have done with the body had he not buried it. These fantasies were gruesome in nature, not at all the sort of thing the townsfolk would suspect from the quiet, unassuming chef. Strong, also, were the fantasies, and as Paul sat upon his comically small bed in Cuatro Taco's back room, he could not battle them away and sleep. So Paul did something to himself that he had not done since he was a boy seeking an outlet for his perverse craving that would not shatter the moral compass of his society. He took a large knife, cut a chunk of flesh from his inner thigh, cooked it on an open skillet, and ate it with a cold beer and sizable piece of Gouda.